Well, follow this under I am very, very confused. So, to give a lot of points to both sides, Megyn Kelly has, for a while, been very critical of Tom Cruise. And a lot of reporters and journalists try not to engage Tom Cruise on the Scientology issue. Also, it's very rare. For the most part, they've ignored it. And again, I don't hate Tom Cruise as much as other people, but it is legit to criticize him about the Scientology problem. And Aaron Smith-Levin, for his own part, has also done tons of Tom Cruise videos. They're not very substantive, but there we are. So now, out of nowhere, Aaron is clipping Megyn Kelly in this interview, which I'm glad I saw the fuller context because it was a little weird. And yes, there's a quote big celebrity involved, but I just want to focus on the Scientology problems. Megyn Kelly has denounced Tom Cruise and Scientology, or so it seems, but here's a problem. Megyn Kelly is very big friends, and she's definitely gotten money from this guy too, from Grant Cardone. And Grant Cardone, if you don't know, is a very notorious business guru, real estate guy who's very pro-Trump, and yes, very into Scientology. He's been a member for a long time, and he's given the church a lot of money. And Aaron has done quite a few videos mocking him. So you might think, oh, okay, well, Aaron is trying to be more conservative, right? He's trying to get into that political ideology, and I guess he's just trying to be friendly to Megyn. But see, no, here's the problem. Megyn does not talk about Grant Cardone Scientology at all. At all. So either she is incredibly unaware of this, which is hard to believe, and or she's just very corrupt because she's been to his whatever you want to call it, business events where he has a lot of celebrities promoting himself and promoting their products. Seems like a lot of wild hypocrisy. Is Aaron kind of joking or mocking Megyn? No, because from the clip, it seems like she's coming off like a very strong and very truth-telling reporter and journalist, which she's not. She's not a very serious journalist. But I would have to agree that there is a lot of suspicious silence about P. Diddy. There definitely is that. So we'll play the clip, and yeah, it does seem like there's something not quite right.
I think Ashton Kutcher is problematic because if you recall, he and his wife defended Danny Masterson. They wrote letters to the judge.
That's right.
Saying they would let Danny watch their daughter alone. I mean, vile.
Well, a major problem that Aaron's little clip has is that it falsely makes it seem that no one has spoken out against P. Diddy, but no, several prominent people have. Probably one of the biggest one is 50 Cent, who will have a documentary series on Netflix. And if you know 50 Cent, he's had a long, I mean very long back and forth with P. Diddy, going back decades and decades. So they've had a back and forth. But it does seem like 50 is being straight up. He is going to have the documentary series. He's going to let a lot of the victims of P. Diddy speak. And he may even get into the Scientology issue because P. Diddy was very, very close to Ashton Kutcher. They've been friends for a long time. More recently, Ashton and Diddy have not been seen together, but they go back, way, way back. And Ashton is very, very steeped into Scientology. There's no evidence he's an actual formal Scientologist, but he's been around quite a few Scientologists. A lot of Scientologists apparently work with him on his staff. So he's very into the Scientology scene. Which makes it all the more mysterious that, well, why is Aaron being so coy about this? And I would suspect this, that Megyn Kelly, I guess, again, I'm not defending her. I'm just trying to figure out all these hypocrisies and contradictions. So it seems she's outraged at P. Diddy's actions and just these sex scandals in general. And to give Grant some credit, apparently he's not cheated on his wife, so you can't really attack him there. So he does seem to have a genuine, functional family. It may be awful that they're in the cult, but there you go. On the other hand, she did denounce the NXIVM cult. They spoke about that. So it's like, well, wait a minute. It does seem she's against cults, right? She doesn't like Tom Cruise, and she's really outraged at P. Diddy, but Grant Cardone is fine? And Aaron isn't talking about Megyn Kelly's hypocrisy, so is he staying silent there? Why? Why is he not attacking or criticizing Megyn? And I would suspect that Megyn doesn't like the kind of person Aaron is, because Aaron has his own sex scandals, his own money scandals. And she's spoken to Mike Rinder, who was an anti-Scientologist who Aaron was working with. Now, I'm a little suspicious of the anti-Scientology that Rinder has and the quote anti-Scientology that Aaron has. I don't think it's very real. But again, Mike Rinder did speak to Megyn, and he did really go into the crimes and outrages of Scientology. So I wish he was more radical, but he did at least note some of their criminal activity. And Megyn was joining in, saying, yeah, this is really awful. I'm trying to figure out the consistency here. It seems like she just doesn't like a lot of these Hollywood celebrities engaged in Scientology, and she doesn't like a lot of these Hollywood scandals. So maybe the problem is that Aaron is too close to this, and he knows it because he made no notation of saying, guys, listen, I've been in a lot of scandals. It's true. Me and Rinder are no longer friends, and Rinder was speaking to Megyn Kelly, but it's not about that. It's about getting the victims and giving them a voice and helping them. Etc. He doesn't say anything. It's just like clipping her. So it's just very, very strange. But that said, I do agree with Megyn that there is something very suspicious with the way P. Diddy has been acting over the ages.
Where are his celebrity peers saying, oh my God, this is detestable. We do not stand for this. The way that women came forward after Harvey.
Yeah.
Where are they? Everybody's quiet. Why?
Where's Ashton Kutcher? Where's, honestly, Usher? Where's Justin Bieber? Justin Bieber, I have no knowledge. They're not alleging his name in any of this, but.
Well, Megyn's problem is that despite her outrage, she's a bit of a racist. So, yeah, the fact that she's saying, I would never hand my 15-year-old over to P. Diddy. Well, right, he's a black man. I mean, Megyn's a little, to put it mildly, a little anti-black. So you might not trust many adult black men. I did find it funny that she did actually praise 50 Cent for coming out and denouncing Diddy. So I don't know, maybe the times are changing. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of weird hypocrisies and contradictions on both sides. Megyn is, for whatever reason, not aware that Grant Cardone is a Scientologist. How? He doesn't hide it. He's been very open. He's been asked the question directly many times. Yes, I'm a Scientologist. I am in the church. I affirm it, and so on and so forth. Granted, he's not very articulate. In public, he just says, oh, I take the cheap teachings and, I speak to the chaplain and, I chaplain and, I just apply the lessons to my life. It's very applicable to my life. I apply the applicable technologies to my life. He's very vague about what the doctrines are. So he clearly has enough money to take the courses. So I would imagine he's fairly high up in Scientology at this point. But I don't know. Megyn just does not ever talk about it. And they've hung out together. They socialize. It's not just a purely business thing. They are friendly with one another. That's a big hypocrisy there. But Aaron has his own tons of contradictions and hypocrisies. But I guess now they're joining in, making fun of Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy. But again, Aaron has done videos critical of Ashton. He really didn't bring up the P. Diddy relationship at all. He didn't bring up Justin Bieber or these other things or Usher. So why is Aaron concerned all of a sudden? I don't know. He's a very tricky fish. It's very hard to figure out where Aaron is in this whole situation. I guess he's just being cynical, saying, hey, P. Diddy's trending. He's got a big YouTube channel. Just put up P. Diddy thing out there. And again, he's a Scientology ally. But he didn't even bring up the Scientology angle. At all. At all. I guess we're just hating Ashton Kutcher and hating P. Diddy. It's like, but where's the Scientology link? If you looked at his clip, you wouldn't know about it. You'd be like, I don't understand. What does that have to do with Scientology? So it's like, I don't know. It's very, very weird. I guess you could just say Aaron's just being corrupt and just money and greedy and just whatever. He's just trying to get more and more fame and money and power, whatever. It's very P. Diddy attitude, frankly. So there you go. I guess he's jealous of P. Diddy. I don't know. I guess the only nice thing I could say about Aaron, there's no stories about him and a 15-year-old. That much is true. There are stories about other kind of relationships, but we'll spill the tea on that in due time. But for now, I guess we're all going to join together hating Ashton and Diddy. And I agree, there's a lot to hate. There's a lot to be suspicious about. But it's not very consistent, at least on their end of the table. But I guess good on 50 Cent. He is more consistent. He hasn't really hung out with Ashton or the Scientologist or P. Diddy. He just is like, yeah, I kind of know them in passing. They showed up at a few places I showed up at. We really never really got involved. So there's that much. 50 is ironically the most consistent of these people and probably has the least amount of scandals, but he has his own troubles too. But there we are.